Welcome to Skill Trades Sponsor Talk, where STTO.ca emphasizes striving towards a new tomorrow. Skill Trade Tutors Online encourages you to get a better start to the trades. And the Sponsor Talk will focus on you and your role in the workplace. And of course, we have to know the rules to stay in the workplace. So let's get started. In this episode, we'll discuss how working safely must start with protocols for working within the line of fire. The line of fire is basically when any object has the potential of striking you because it's got stored energy in it. If all of a sudden it's like you're holding something and then all of a sudden it lets go and a part of it comes back and swings you, you're in the line of fire. Protocols and the duty to create and fulfill them have been brought to a responsible work site by the following. Protocols for working within the line of fire include the following personnel: the site director, the safety learning and training department, the direct supervisor, and of course, you, the worker. The site director, this individual is responsible for reviewing all incident reports and putting into place training to prevent the escalation of such, as well as addressing specific PPE requirements. They also establish protocols to be used throughout the site. So, as far as they're concerned, they like keeping production going and they like knowing where issues are occurring. And these line of fires can occur anywhere where, like I said, that potential energy stored in an object just lets go and it's heading right your way. How do you protect yourself against that? Learning, safety learning, and training. These individuals administer the learning and training of protocols for planning to work near a line of fire, documenting it, and protecting yourself against the risk of injury is the biggest part of the teaching and learning. Of course, with all of the different means of being able to position yourself or to be able to understand it better, you're better off taking the training than you're not. Any use of PPE to protect from line of fire will be reviewed and be part of the life-saving rules. Yes, wearing PPE is a part of the life-saving rules. If they're asking you to armor yourself against a line of fire incident, then you're going to be protected. They're going to provide the protection, and everybody's going home safe. Direct supervisor. They ensure that all workers understand all the protocols for working within the line of fire. They assign workers the courses needed to work with such risks. It, if any PPE is required for such work, the direct supervisor will ensure that it is provided before the work commences. That's the best thing you can ask for. It's a team working together. They're making sure that the PPE that was required for such work will be provided before you start the job. You can't ask for better. An example of such a protocol would be one that requires two individuals to back a vehicle into a parking spot. Of course, one's the spotter to make sure nobody walks behind and the truck backs up on them. That's a line of fire. Truck's backing up, doesn't see you, boom. But if there's a spotter and he's not right behind the truck, he's off to the side, guiding the guy in and making sure nobody gets hit by the truck. That is a good way of preventing injuries. Worker. Employees are required to adhere to the protocol established for working within the line of fire and report any injuries occurred from such. Repeated infractions will lead to a meeting with human resources and direct supervisor, which may result in disciplinary action. If you break any life-saving rules, you will be banned from site. And one of the most important ones is the wearing of PPE to prevent you from injury. So if you were told to wear a certain kind of PPE for this particular line of firework, then and you weren't wearing it right or you weren't wearing it at all, that is grounds for dismissal. Episode recap. Employees must follow protocols for working near the line of fire with repeated violations resulting in disciplinary action. Of course, we can't allow people to get hurt all the time. It just wouldn't be a productive work site. All injuries from line of fire must be reported immediately to the direct supervisor, of course, because those are impact usually injuries, and they can really cause a lot of internal damage. Workplace safety learning and training promotes everyone's return home safely. Of course, I think that's why it's there. You can ask questions, you can try to find the best answers you can get from people that's their job to teach it to you. So, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
How do you become the worker in this case? Simple. Find an Alberta apprenticeship sponsor. One that's right on the screen is Skilled Trade Tutors Online, which get a better start to the trades. We'll sign you up, and then you go to the next step. STTO.ca, the apprenticeship sponsor, will take over and make sure that all your experience is all been put into your portfolio so that you're not going to be sitting around waiting for years and years to find out what's in your portfolio and who you can show the next employer. You'll have everything up to date and you'll be able to know exactly what you know in your trade and what you need to keep learning. And of course, you'll be part of Apprentice Crew, STTOs, and they have as a motto, keep your tools and thoughts clean, your mind alive and awake, be fit for duty during your workday, and always wear PPE the right way. And of course, being part of Apprentice Crew means that you're teaching and learning all at once. Apprenticeships are one day at a time and not forever. Any questions can be brought to me, Guy LaRochelle, the apprenticeship sponsor. There's my email. We'll see you on the next one. STTO Sponsor Talk out.